Welcome to Agents of Abundance, the only podcast that teaches real estate agents who are ready to leave scarcity behind how to build a business that truly supports their best life. I'm your host, Dawn Loding, and each week we explore abundance mindset, leadership, systems, and community to help you move out of survival mode and into sustainable success. Get ready to see things in a whole new way, starting right now. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Agents of Abundance. This is the place where we move from scattered to scheduled, from scarcity to abundance, and truly learn how to flourish in real estate as well as in real life. Today's episode is extra special for me because I'm sitting down with someone who didn't just cross my path, she aligned with it. Robbie Johnson is a realtor, a team leader of TLG, leader of our Epique power team, and the visionary behind Built Not Bought. But more than that, she's someone who leads with intention, builds with heart, and creates spaces where people rise. And a fun fact, when she invited me to help her lead TLG in Texas, and we both realized that we both had TLG groups, it felt like the universe winked and said, yep, this one is meant to happen. So, Robbie Johnson, thank you so much for being my guest today. I am so excited to have this conversation with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be a guest on this show.
I love it. All right. I want to start out with a little bit about you. Lately, I've been seeing some buzz around this phrase, built, not bought. And I've read up on it and I absolutely love it, which is no doubt, right? Like, I love everything that you do because we're so aligned. But tell me, what is built, not bought? And what does that mean to you at your core?
So much of, as I lead as a team leader comes from being one who really believes in organic growth. Let's go back a little bit in time. I was raised at a funeral home. Some people know that about me, some people don't. And so, being raised at a funeral home, I know that tomorrow's not promised.
Mm.
And so I don't live in fear, but I live with knowing that tomorrow may not be here for me. And so if something were to happen to me, I really want all of y'all to go to my funeral and shed a tear and say, we'll miss her. But what I really want is for each one of you to say, she prepared us for this moment.
Mm.
And that moment is for y'all to be able to go out on your own and succeed by the tools that I provided or shared with you. And so that's how Built Not Bought really came to be, because I really believe in organic growth. I want to teach each one of you how to fish, not hand
Yeah.
it to you, but teach you how to fish. And so that's where Built Not Bought is. It's not buying leads, it's learning how to build relationships.
I love that. And let's back up for a minute because last year you came to me or I might have came to you, or we were talking about it. And you said, would you like to help me with TLG in Texas? And at first I said, I got to think about it because I didn't really think I wanted to get back into sales in real estate because I hold so many leadership roles at Epique and with my recruiting and with everything that I do. But it was you, and it just kind of all fell into place. So me and my good friend Teresa Johnson, we are co-area leaders, I guess you would call it,
Mhm.
for the Central Texas TLG group, and we're on a power team. So this is amazing. Like, it's just benefit after benefit, and I'm learning so much from you, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's just playing out so perfectly where we're able to do this together. But make no doubt, it's Robbie Johnson. Robbie Johnson is the leader of TLG,
Well,
but she looks at it like we're all one big family.
we
And
are.
the way she does her team is it shows that. It's so much proof in everything that you do. So, I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to give our audience a little bit of the history about what is TLG and where does this come from, because that leads into your next role, which is a coach, and your coaching platform is the built not bought. And you don't only raise your team to believe that, like, you literally all of your coaching students, but you go even further, Robbie, because you share it with all of us. Like, you're just an open book, and I absolutely love that because you're able to reach the people that need to hear what it is that you have, right?
Yeah, and I feel like there's room for everybody in this industry. Those that are, I have to be number one and I have to be the best and I have to be all of these different things. I honestly believe there's room for each one of us to build the life and have the life by design that we each want to have. And I feel that when I share that with others, first of all, it makes me better. Just going to be honest with you, because sharing it is hearing it and saying, this is what I should be doing as well. But sharing it and building others, I just don't see where there's anything wrong with that at all.
No, not at all. I think that success isn't assembled, like, it's constructed with intention. You're so intentional with teaching us all how to fish so that we're always able to do that on our own, and that's just how your team is constructed, and your
Well,
coaching
and if we
platform.
kind of go back in time with the team was started in 2017, and I give it all to Joe Potosnik. He's probably been in the business, because you and I have been in the business exactly the same amount of time. He's probably been in the
That's
business
another
about,
crazy
I know,
thing.
we got our license at the same time, 24 years ago.
Yep, 24.
But Joe's been in the business over 30 years. And so in 2017, Alex and I were a team, my son, and Joe came to me. He was at a different company and he said, I want to align with you. I want you to be the team leader and I want to learn from you. And I was like, learn from me? I should be learning from you. He had a strong referral base and never bought leads. So we had very similar businesses.
Hmm.
So when he came over and we started Texas Lifestyles Group at that time, that's where TLG comes from.
I love that name.
So
Tagline, now it's a tagline.
exactly. Exactly. It's no longer Texas Lifestyles Group. But when Joe came over, two more joined us, and we're all still together today. And
That's phenomenal.
when they came wanting higher splits. They didn't want the 50-50 splits. They
Yeah.
didn't want me to buy leads. And they knew that I believed in organic growth. And they said, we want splits where we can buy our own leads if we choose to buy leads. But we want you to teach us how to build an organic business. And so that's how TLG got started.
That goes perfectly into our next topic, which is leadership identity. Who did you have to become as you started building TLG?
So in the very beginning, when we started, so we've always called ourselves the year of something. And in that very first year, when it was Nikki, Kevin, Joe, Alex, and I, we were the year of systems.
Mhm.
And so we did not allow anyone else to come on the team. Nikki had just been a realtor for a couple of years, Alex a couple of years, Kevin a couple of years. Joe and I had the experience. Here's Alex as a millennial. Well, Kevin,
Yeah.
he's my cowboy landman.
Yeah. Love
Then
Kevin
I've got Joe,
and
who's
Alex.
Mr.
I know them all.
You know them all. And then Joe is Mr. Military, very, very much just your gentleman, just that military feel to him. And then I had Nikki. And so, and Nikki is your go getter. She's going to go out there and sell, do, you
Yeah.
know. And so we had to get our systems in place, and they were the best people because if I could get systems for those personalities that were so vastly different, then I knew it could work. And so that's how our systems came into place. And then we opened up growth at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. And that's when Kate and Catherine and all these others who are still with us today and in leadership as well, Samantha, that's when they all came on to the team. And that became our year of listings. So
You
each
know,
year we built, and that's how we built. And now I've evolved into coach, trainer, and mentor.
I love it. And you know, one of the things that I recognize about you is that you see the gifts in people. Like, we all have our own gifts, right? But they vary from person to person. And you work with those gifts in your agents and you help your agents pull those gifts out of them. I mean, I've been in meetings with you where your agents have cried and their tears of joy and their gratitude, so much love, all these things, Robbie. It's what led me to you. It's what made me say yes and made me rethink the entire way that I do business. So I'm super grateful to be on your team, first of all.
Thank you. I'm grateful that you are too. In talking about the tears of joy, there's times, Dawn, when there's other tears.
I know.
And when I very first started training to be a coach, I felt like I've been in that role for a long time. But when I started training to be a coach with a national coaching company, one of the things that they trained us on was that if someone came to a coaching session and they hadn't done their homework, which I can't even stand that term, but they hadn't done their homework, then you were to tell them that if you don't have the time to respect me and have your homework done, then I don't have the time for you. And I was like,
That's horrible advice, I
can't do
think.
that.
I can't do it either.
I can't walk away from people. First of all, it's not homework, it's a commitment. When you leave that coaching meeting, it's what are you committed to in your life, in your business? It ain't about me. There's no
Yeah.
commitment to me. I don't own you. It's not my life. It's not my business. It's yours. And so, what are you committed to in changing? And so, when they come back the next week and they haven't done it, I feel it's my job as a coach and a mentor. And I hold all three roles probably every single day with people. But as a coach and a mentor, it's my job at that point to seek to understand what's going on with them because it could be something in their home life. Chaos in the home is the perfect way to not be successful.
100%. Absolutely. I say it all the time. Your environment that you surround yourself with, whether it be your office and your
Right.
messy desk, or whether it be your spouse and not being on the same page in life, your finances, all of it. Your
Yes,
environment matters. And agents struggle like
you do.
humans struggle. Humans struggle. We struggle. I struggle. I struggle, and especially once you start taking on the leadership roles, and I always say to agents when I have those conversations, I would love to help you be accountable, but I want you to understand the only person you have to be accountable to is yourself. So we could have accountability parties and meetings and all these things, but if an agent isn't going to be accountable to themselves, they're never going to be accountable to me. Why bother? But what can I help them pull out of themselves that will help them step up for
And,
themselves?
I see too, like coupled with that is team leaders, and I'm not downing team leaders. Everybody gets to run their team the way they want to. I run it a little bit different in that you will never see from me a sales goal. You will never see, we've done 98 million now for a couple of years. We ever going to break that 98 million mark? But you're never going to see me say 100 million or 110 or 120 is our goal. Because let's go back to Joe Potosnik. Joe is extremely successful. However, Joe's in retirement mode. So he's going to take care of his sphere when they come to him. But Joe's not out doing door knocking, getting new customers.
Yeah.
He's just not doing that. So I know that when sales goals are set, they have to be for him and his life by design. I have to help him achieve as a team leader. And that goal may only be $2 million. Then you've got Nikki, who has said, she did 17 million last year. Now, keep in mind, for some people listening to this, they may say that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're in an average price point of $250,000, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of our sales are 150 and 70. I mean,
And
we have
it's a
to
lot
sell
no
a lot.
matter what, Robbie, because a lot of agents don't do 6 transactions a year.
Well, that's true.
So, it is a
That
lot.
is
I
true.
mean, it's a lot to do 2,000,000 in sales, I think, and I think that every agent is different. They get to set their own goals too. So, and I love that you recognize that, and I
I want it to be about the agent, not about what Robbie is on this ego. She wants to have the number one team in Epic or what. No, Robbie doesn't. I want, if our sales are 80 million next year and every agent on our team met their goal, then we were a success. So
yeah.
it's about the agent, not about those numbers.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute because we're a power team at
Yes.
Epic Realty, and that's amazing. So, I wanna talk about building a team that actually works, and you know that it works because your success rate is like 100%. Like, it's just amazing. So what makes your power team different from a typical real estate team? I mean, you've already kinda touched base on this a lot, but is there anything you wanna add to that?
I think, what makes our team is, again, I can't
We love
speak to
each
any other
other.
team. We do. And there's moments where we don't.
Yeah.
There's more moments that we do. And
Yeah.
so, families have disagreements.
Mm.
And what I've liked about the team and loved about the team is that there can be disagreements and there can be drama. And I don't do
You don't
drama
do
at all.
drama.
Just can't do drama. It just doesn't mix with my personality. But there are times, I mean, there have been times I can remember one time, I don't know if this is a disagreement, but Nikki and I have been friends a long time. She's one of the people who started TLG. And so I get a text message from her one time, and it was like, Robbie, we are just not that visible in the community. I'm like, what? I'm reading this text message and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill her. What does she mean? We're not, I do this and I do that and we do this and we do that. And I'm like, and then I said, wait a minute. That's her perspective. And
Oh,
it needs to be listened to because she is not seeing us as visible as some of the other teams. And I can either, as a team leader, get mad about it and defend it and say, we do this, 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 and this. Or I can say, I need to look at what she's looking at and what she's seeing. And that was what 2019 began, was our year of visibility. And
mm,
so, that's where, as a team leader and team members, we are able on this team and our culture to be able to listen to each other and those kind of things. And a lot of that, Dawn, is having directors, so to say, on the team, which you're of course one of those directors. Y'all get together and have the meetings and kind of decide the direction of the team. And then I just carry it forward,
yeah.
what y'all's vision and what you're wanting. And I do think that that makes us, I know we're called a power team. We've earned that award. We've earned that status, but it makes us a powerful team
Yes.
to be able, that it's not just run by me, it's run by each of you. And I
Well,
honestly listen to y'all.
and we're all so proud to be a part of the team,
Thank you.
and that's huge because to be able to put that TLG out there and be like, "I'm on that team," it's awesome. I
Thank you.
never thought I would be excited to do real estate again after 24 years. I kinda wanted to throw the towel in and just go all in on recruiting and not really coaching, but just working with my organization and helping them do the work. But this has really changed everything for me, and I am having a blast. So, what a couple more things that I want to touch on with the teams is where or what do you think the foundational pieces are that every strong team needs? Just give me like 2 or 3 foundational pieces that make a powerful team. Whether not a power team, but a
No,
team that
powerful.
yeah,
Yes.
powerful
Mhm.
foundation.
Systems. I mean, that has to be, systems has to be your foundation. And then probably training, onboarding
Mm,
and training would need to be, the next real, the way that you do things,
yes.
those kind of things, but definitely systems.
Yeah,
The
I love it.
systems have to be in place.
Yeah. If we had to add one more, I would say marketing, a good, powerful
Absolutely,
marketing
yes.
platform,
I
and you do. We
apologize.
have
Yes,
all of it. I
we
love
do
it.
have that.
Yeah. Okay, enough about teams. Let's talk about attraction now, alignment and attraction, because I think something that you and I both have in common is our like heart of a teacher, like our true desire to help people. Like we literally work for free all the time. We help people over and over. And, I'm calling that the meant to be factor. Like we're meant to be. I knew that from the first time that I met you. I knew we were gonna do things, and I knew that we were on a different level, and it continues to be proven just time after time again with the things that we have in common. We're meant to be. One of the things my number one passion is they call it recruiting, they call it attracting, I call it building. I'm building my legacy because I want to leave something for my family. When I
Yes,
go, I want people to say, "She was something." I want to have made them feel good. I wanna have made them feel like I've helped to bring out the best that I could. I wanna make a difference, and I think that for you and I both, like, that is huge. So, alignment and attraction kinda go hand in hand. So let's talk about that. How do you know and what do you look for in people that you're bringing on your organization or your team? And, like, what do you look for?
you know, for me, it hasn't. I have not done well with reaching out to people and sharing my epic life. I do it on social media. I live it every day, but I'm not one to pick up the phone and call people. Every person who's in my organization has either come to my organization either through somebody else who's already there, or like there's 18 on my first line. Those 18 pretty much either came over with TLG or they came to me and asked me about Epic just because of me living it, every day on social media. I'm like you, I can't stand the word recruit. I've been a
I know.
recruiter. I've been in that recruiting position pretty much all of my adult life. I've served as the national recruiter for my sorority. I've traveled to universities all over the United States and helped with what was called Rush Week years ago. It's Recruitment Week now. Just found myself in that type of position a lot of what I call sharing an opportunity that changed my life and hoping that it can change somebody else's life too.
I
So for
love it.
me, what I look for is really somebody who wants to, I guess, empower their own life, empower their family,
Yes.
and make a difference for their family. And, I want to do whatever I can to help take them to that level that they want to be. So that's why I call my organization, I don't call it Robbie Johnson's organization. It's why I call it Thrive, because I want people to thrive in life.
That's funny. It's not funny, it's awesome. Mine is agents of abundance, like, literally, it's just doing the thing with like-minded people who are we're just doing life together at this point, and I love that. And you don't build great teams by recruiting everyone, you build them by aligning with the right ones, and so it makes it so much easier to attract the right ones rather than trying to convince the wrong ones. Because
Absolutely.
we might not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I mean, one of the things I've learned since I've been in my 50s is that's okay. What you think of me is none of my business, but
Exactly.
the people that know me know that my heart is true and that I'm really trying to help people, and that's the right people that we're bringing on, so
Absolutely.
I love it. Alright, let's talk a little bit about scaling without losing soul. I love the word soul.
Mhm.
Soul is like, you're a soul sister. I have several soul sisters at Epic and in life, like even just my besties that are here in town. Like, and I start to think of things in life as what's my soul telling me to do? My intuition, my heart. And it told me to join TLG, first of all. So, it doesn't do me wrong ever. But as you grow, how do you maintain that connection and that culture as we grow and we get bigger and bigger and bigger?
I think a lot of it is just in the communication. I see everyone on the huddles as long as they're going to, they're on the huddles. So the huddles have been a big thing for me, which we do those about every other week. Um, I'm the, It's crazy as it sounds, the text threats. I've had, again, going back into my old coaching world, where they would train us that you should talk to your agents at 7 o'clock in the morning and then tell them to hold all questions till 7 o'clock the next morning that you're busy. I'm like, okay, what world y'all live in? I don't work with this team. And
Text me when you need me.
I mean, so it's all day long. And, you know, I have agents who are night owls. And so they will at 9 o'clock, I'm usually shutting down about 9 o'clock because I get up early. And is your brain still going? Can you help me? Or I'm like, especially Kevin. And I'm like, Kevin, I am done. I can't do any more
I
today.
just don't get it. I'm morning bird. Early bird gets the worm, that's me, and after about 5 o'clock, I'm just done. We're lucky that I was really excited to do this call, and I'm still hanging in there for the day because it's a Monday.
Yes.
I think that that helps too, is that we love what we do, and we love helping all these people, so that does really help.
I just try to be very intentional about reaching out to the agents, send them a text if I'm not hearing from them, when checking on them through the onboarding. Because of the way the systems are in the team, I'm copied on everything. So, and the reason for that is, again, goes back to the way I was raised. If something happens to RTC, I have to be able to step into that transaction as I'm training someone. And if I've not been copied on anything, then I may not have access to anything. And so I think me being copied helps keep that connection to me with the agents.
Yeah.
So they know that I'm responding at times. They know I'm reading everything because at times I'll go back and say something to them
Yeah,
about reading it. I read
you're
it
very
all.
detail oriented. I love that about you because I can say, "Oh, Robbie will read that."
I'll read it. I'll read. And I love to read contracts, so they know I'll do that. I
Yeah,
have
I know. It gives
Joe.
me a lot of confidence knowing that you're my team leader because I know that if I miss something, you're gonna catch it, and that's great. That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk now about Epic Realty and the bigger vision because we're both doing this and we love what we're doing. We have a power team. We're like doing all the right things and the great things are coming to us and I love that. What excites you the most about what we're building here at Epic?
I think what excites me the most is that Josh and Chris and Janice looked at what other brokerages didn't offer.
Hmm.
And they wanted to offer things that real estate agents weren't accustomed to having. Like the car wash. Okay. I
Yeah.
love my car washes. Those are little things, but there's big things like an agent on our team who is using the mental health care right now.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I mean,
I yeah.
you
No,
know,
I get it. I get it so much. Our environment is so different. We're really I mean, the list could go on, but we choose collaboration over competition, and that's one of the biggest key pieces. We show abundance all the time with everything. I host Epic Life, and I get to hear those stories every week from the agents telling them, and the mental health care, the medical that we offer, all of it. Epic is built it's
the
built for
future.
every kinda agent, but we really do thrive and really build for team leaders and builders, agents who want to build a whole life.
Uh,
That's yeah, you and I do Financial Freedom Friday on Epic Essentials weekly to help agents build wealth. I've never, ever heard of something like that. I mean, I've never even heard of anything like Epic Essentials and what we do. That's a whole nother subject. And if you're in the audience and you want to know what that is, you got to reach out to me or Robbie because we don't have time to go over that today. But it's an inside training that we do that we all absolutely love. And, our whole ecosystem is just really built to help you be successful,
It is
not only in your business, but in real life.
life. Talking about Financial Freedom Friday, um, another part of what we have at Epic and the things that they did for us, so to say, whenever they got started, the few small things that were in place, and they've grown and they've grown and they've grown over the last 2 years. It probably doubled in our benefits. But just thinking about some of the things like the photography, that's another key piece to it whenever you're trying to get started as an agent. The things that they offer, you won't always get at another brokerage that can
Yeah.
set you up in business. Because when I train and I have a brand new agent who's starting, I say you need 6 to 9 months of reserves. Well, at Epic, especially if you join a team like ours, you don't necessarily have to have that. However, being a solo agent, a lot of those expenses are taken care of with Epic, and that is huge for people.
It is,
So
for sure.
that's probably one of the things that I appreciate so much, let alone the ground floor opportunity that we're in. I mean,
Yeah.
let's get real. I mean,
Yeah.
this is an amazing opportunity for those of us who have taken that opportunity.
An opportunity that benefits everyone, and it's just a
Exactly right.
beautiful thing to be a part of, and we talk all the time about our culture and how we feel like we just get to know all these people across the country, and then we meet at our events and we hug, and we just feel like we're just seeing our family members that we haven't seen in a long time. I love that about us so much. I never dreamed that I would be a part of this right now, and I'm
Well,
so grateful.
even the little things like twice in this past month, I've gotten text messages with screenshots that says, "Do you think it's really him?" That's Josh wishing
Yeah,
them happy birthday or epic anniversary. And I respond and say, "It really is him. Trust me,
yeah,
it really is him."
I
And they're
love it.
like, "I responded and he responded back. Yes, it's really him."
Yeah,
How many CEOs do that?
yeah. Not many that I've known.
Well, you and I have
Alright,
been in business for a long time, and I
a
don't think
long
any of our
time.
CEOs have done that
Yes,
before.
yeah. Okay, I have one last question for you, and then we're gonna go into my rapid fire questions, which you and I are both gonna answer real quick, real fast, and then we'll end this session, which has been amazing. But I wanna know, what are you currently working on becoming better at?
What am I currently working on becoming better at? I am always working on being a better coach,
Mm,
always. And I'm coached. So that is
yeah,
always on.
I knew
I,
you were gonna say that.
I want to be the best for the agents.
I love
And
it,
so that
and
is
you are.
always what I'm doing. I'm striving to see what's the latest and the greatest out there. What can I coach them on? I'm
And
boots on the ground. I'm always in tune with what's going on the market so that I can put it in our newsletters and that kind of thing. So
I
that's all.
love all that, and what I love about your coaching style is that it's really good for, for women. I'm just gonna say it, like, it's so good for women because a lot of men, they do well with the 10X, the bro coaching, like, "Go, go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle." I wanna align. I wanna work smarter, not harder. And I
Yes,
want to feel good about what I'm doing. And it just everything you teach us, we feel good about it. We build relationships. We realize that the best way to get more deals, more contracts is to have more conversations. It's all about building those relationships. Call
it
more
is.
people.
It
Love
is.
it. All right, ready for the rapid fire?
Yes, let's go. Okay.
Okay, rapid fire questions. Let's see. The first one thing agents focus on that doesn't matter as much as they think.
One thing agents focus on that doesn't matter as much as they think, going to lunch with their friends.
Going to an office.
Yes, going to an office, I like that one better. You win on that one. Going to an office, I
Hey,
agree.
I don't know these questions either. I just pick a I try not to look at them because I
Well, I
want
mean,
and I
going to
just
lunch
pick
with their
numbers.
friends, they might get a referral out of that, but
Oh,
sometimes they'll go to lunch with their friends because they don't wanna do their non-negotiables on their
yeah.
calendar.
No, they go to the yeah. Okay. The next question. One non-negotiable in your world.
Sticking to my calendar, I have to stick to my calendar, and that is a non-negotiable for me. If I don't stick to my calendar, then my life kinda gets into chaos. So,
You know
working my planner is I have to work my planner. That is a non-negotiable.
yeah.
And I will tell you another one. We can't always think about work. We have to think about life. And a non negotiable for me today is the time that Jeff wants me to spend with him at night. So, and the team knows that. They know I have Jeff time, usually between about 6 and 8 o'clock. We're cooking together. We're doing the things, watching TV or whatever it is.
That's so important
It
because
is.
we talked about environment earlier, and having that good relationship with your spouse is so important.
It is.
All right, one non-negotiable in my well, I actually have mine's gonna be kind of the same as yours, but every Sunday I have CEO time. I call it my
Mhm.
CEO. I plan out my week. I look at my month plan, like I live off of my what I call an abundance plan. So part of my coaching is that I help agents build a plan. And then they could go to coaches like you and help figure out why they don't wanna stick to it, but I just have an abundance plan, and that's I review it, and it's my CEO time. What are my assistants doing? What am I doing in this realm? What am I doing here? And then along with that, and this one's huge, and it was today, every Monday, I time block all morning from 5 I get up at 5 o'clock almost every day. 6 is the latest. Like, if I'm tired and had a night, I might sleep until 6, but my brain is like, "Where's the coffee? Where's the computer?" Or me time. I do me time too in my morning time, but every Monday, I have, like, 6 hours, and I call it planning time. It's not my CE time, it's my TLG. What do I need to schedule this week? I'm about to launch a new class monthly called Scattered to Scheduled
I
workshop,
love
and
that.
I'm helping agents, and I've been building it, and so I have to plan that out and really
Sure.
connect to my soul and to God's purpose and really pray on it and be like, "Okay, what are the messages you want me to share with people?" And I love all of that. So that's my non-negotiable. All right, last one. A book, a habit, or a mindset that changed everything for you? I know mine.
Book, a habit, or a mindset.
I'll go first.
You go first.
Abundance thinking.
Oh, well, of course.
Rather than fear, scarcity, lack, survival mode in thinking of things that could go wrong, if everybody would just start thinking about possibility and what if things actually go right, the world
Yes,
would change.
it would. So mine is Mary Kay on people management.
Mm.
I think Mary Kay Ash is probably one of the most brilliant women. I feel that she taught women how to have a life and have a career and how to manage both of those things. She is how the bumblebee came into my life.
Another
She
thing we have
gives
in common.
exactly. She gives all of her directors get a diamond encrusted bumblebee.
Mm,
And as in case people out there don't know, the bumblebee means that their body is so big and their wings are smaller and they're not supposed to fly, but they do. And that is what she taught everyone who's ever been associated with Mary Kay. That's what she teaches them is how to fly. And so I have emulated that from her from the 1990s, from owning my first business before I even got into real estate. I love Mary Kay.
I love it, and I love you, Robbie. I'm so happy that we met. So, in closing, I'm going to put all of your information in here. So, if anybody wants to reach out to you, you could just go look at the show notes and you'll find it. And this episode has been such a reminder that the best things in business and in life aren't rushed, they're not forced, and they're not pieced together. They're built. They're built with intention, alignment, and the right people beside you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you for spending this time with me on Agents of Abundance. If today's episode helped you see a new possibility, helped you pause and reflect, and notice what abundance could look like in your own business, if you're ready to go deeper, you'll find more ways to connect with me in the show notes. Until next time, keep building with intention, and remember, when you move out of scarcity, everything begins to flourish.